Probably the most common theme in the comment section of my videos is people asking me how I maintain such good situational awareness playing in first person in Chivalry 2. And I like getting questions like these because it forces me to reflect on why I do certain things and decisions I'm making in fractions of a second. These game sense things are always a lot harder to teach than a raw skill like dragging or excelling in attack, but I'm going to be doing my best here today to teach you guys a concept and movement that I use constantly in my gameplay to keep myself in good situations. And even though I'm catering this video more to first person, I think the core concepts apply to all players. Before we get into the techniques, remember you're not a member of the Angels unless you're subscribed to the channel. Now, we'll get into the core concepts on moving and positioning in a minute here. I just want to touch quickly on two concepts that are so important when playing first person. First, swiveling your head and assessing the battlefield. It's just vital to having success in Chivalry 2, especially in first person. You'll see me all the time make a bunch of fast movements to quickly scan the playing area, and then in a fraction of a second, I'll make a decision on where to go and what fight to take. Building the positive habit of scanning the field almost constantly, it's just so important to developing your game sense because not only will I process what fight I'm going to take, but in my head after so long and so many hours playing Chivalry, I have an idea of where the other enemies will move to and about how long I have to finish my fights, and you kind of develop this knowledge only through practicing. The next quick tip, I have the feeling even veteran players don't know, but in Chivalry 2 you can only hear the footsteps of enemy players, meaning if you hear a stampede coming from behind you, it always will be an enemy, so there's no reason to turn and check when you hear them, you know they're coming. With experience, again, you'll be able to better judge the distance and have an idea if you can take one more swing at your enemy or you need to about face and block immediately. Alright, so now into the main meat and potatoes of today's video, which will utilize movement to maintain the ideal positioning in first-person gameplay, but yeah, it's also good in third person, so I busted out the Photoshop skills here, and we're going to use some graphics to help explain the concepts. So in first person, you can only see what's in front of you, so this graphic right here will be called Position 1. Both enemies are clearly in our line of sight. This is ideal because we can see all attacks that are headed our way. Even if position 1 escalates to a 4 to 5 versus 1, this is still the position we want to be in because we can see all the enemy's attacks and we can take those free counters for active parry. Basically, we have a fighting chance in position 1 no matter the odds. Now, position 2 is very dangerous for us in first person. Notice that the enemies are on each side of our vision. We can kind of see each one, but really to get good vision and to block one's attacks, we'll have to turn our view to face them. This is not ideal because then we will be losing vision of one blade potentially coming at our head. Turning your head to someone directly on your side will also put you into position 3, which is the worst position to be in. Position 3, we have one person in front of us with one behind. I think it should be a bit self-explanatory why this is so bad, but yeah, if you can't see their attacks, you can't block them. And this is the position I feel like a lot of people who complain about being ganked constantly in free-for-all put themselves in. We don't ever want to be in position 3 because first person is all about gathering as much visual information as you can. So let's start with how to get out of position 3. Either you put yourself there, you already took a stab to the back, or you hear the footsteps coming and they're close. Improving your position is really not that hard. You want to move and dodge directly to the side, and then swing your mouse or controller around so that you're now facing both enemies. It doesn't matter which side you choose to do this to, but if you can, you ideally want to dodge so that your back is at your teammates. You'll notice that completing this dodge has now put you into position 2. While position 2 is not ideal, it's better than being stabbed in the back. Now, let's work on improving the position further. I like to choose one enemy from position 2 to engage with. I move at a sidestep in their direction, or again use a dodge to position myself directly in front of them, or even past them. I then use my footwork and rotate my mouse or controller around, and keep working my body past them. I should now be in position 1 where I have one enemy directly in front of me, with another behind him. This is now ideal as I have vision on both enemies. I hope this video was helpful, guys, and gives you some insight into how I approach the game and my positioning in first person. You'll see me use these concepts all the time in my gameplay, and while I gave you guys some methods of improving your position, what's nice is in live gameplay, this can be done in so many ways, and there's so many different scenarios to use it in. I hope to see you guys implementing this in your gameplay. Let me know down below if there's anything else you guys want me to talk about on a more game sense level. Champ out.